Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now, as we can see, XRP is still 23 cents. Now if we go down here, now just to put in perspective, guys, look at this. Consolidation skyrocketed, back to consolidation, once again skyrocketed, back to consolidation. What's next, guys? What do you guys think is next? Skyrocket again, slingshot up. So, we've been in this consolidation for super long. Look at that. Just consolidating. But you know what comes next, guys? Now, guys, before we jump into the news, I'd like to state I'm not a financial advisor, nor this is financial advice. It's just for entertainment value only. We can see here from Brad Garlinghouse, energy consumption for Bitcoin and Ethereum mining is a key massive waste, and there is no incentive to take responsibility for carbon footprint. Absolutely, that this isn't high on the agenda for growing climate crisis. From Brad Garlinghouse, guys. Brad Garlinghouse, look at this. Just one Bitcoin transaction uses the same amount of electricity as a British household for nearly 2 months. Look at this, guys. Remember, it's the climate change agenda. Remember that. Next comes from Peter Vass. Amazing. Let's watch this video from CNBC. So this was back from 2018, so a while back. From Jack the Rippler, first bank to ever integrate directly with Binance, Akbank. Beginning today, users will be able to instantly deposit and withdraw Turkish lira on Binance. Akbank is a Ripple partner, and guess what? Everyone will use XRP. Let's watch this video.
And in banking, in financial services, cost of trust is pretty high. To assure the trust is a pretty costly thing. Starting from KYC to AML and everything you can imagine in transfers. And one critical area that is creating unfair charges and costs was international fund transfers. And nobody can explain truly why this is happening, why they are so costly and so miserable in shape, because it's taking sometimes a couple days to send the money. Nobody knows where your money is unless you really dig in and understand. Nobody even can commit to the cost before you do the transfer. It's just so miserable, the whole thing. And Ripple, as a great partner in that, came up with this technology. So we said, why not? We need to definitely look into that, because it's a great opportunity for a bank like Akbank, where we have lots of commercial clients who are dealing with international trade, who needs to send money, receive money, and have this relation.
So look at that, guys. Remember, it's miserable, but with this new technology, Ripple and XRP, very fast, very cheap, instantaneous, guys. The poet, when you need to move 50 million in 2 seconds with about a 50-cent fee, XRP is a no-brainer. Let's watch this video.
So we're called Arrington XRP Capital, right? And so obviously we like XRP, but one of the reasons we like it is we wanted to denominate our fund in a cryptocurrency that was super fast to actually move money. So Bitcoin's awesome, right? But if you need to move $50 million in 2 seconds and pay like less than 50 cents, that's where XRP comes in, and that's actually what happened. So our very first close was $50 million in January 2018, the week before the all-time high. We closed our fund, which is super awesome, and in a bad way, right? But we did that close, and it was 2 seconds. It wasn't 10 minutes. It was really cool. It cost, I think, 40 cents to move for $2 million. So that was just fantastic. Like that. So we're called Arrington.
Again, guys, very fast. 50 million in 2 seconds, about a 50-cent fee. XRP is a no-brainer. From Willy Wonka XRP, Bitcoin, useless and dirty. Look at this, guys. So isn't that quite interesting? From Crypto Police, doesn't this look familiar? Just replace the Fed Now service logo with the Ripple XRP logo. Look at this, guys. XRP Ripple logo right there. Tweeted out Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, to speak at the DC Blockchain Summit in Washington, March 11 to 12. So another date we have to look forward to. March 11th and 12th, we could see right here. So he's going to be speaking there, which is awesome. Ben Hunt. And now this is what the World Health Organization wants to focus on, getting rid of paper money. Look at this, guys. Isn't that quite interesting, getting rid of paper money? I won't read too much into it. I'll put all these links down in the description below so you guys can investigate further. But this is quite interesting. Tweet out, HSBC's Ripple partner. Lazard is bullish on crypto. Bank of America. Let's watch this video.
But probably the greatest demonstration of soft power is the fact that the U.S. has the reserve currency of the world. And that's not going away overnight. But to the extent that we have a unilateral foreign policy and a unilateral trade policy, we're sort of tempting the world to find an alternative to kind of clear and use something other than the U.S. dollar. That's not practical today. It's not going to happen in all likelihood with euros. It's not quite yet. The Chinese currency is not quite ready for that yet. But there's enough technology out in the world today with cryptocurrency and changes going on that you can imagine, if you let your mind wander a little bit, that something becomes an alternative in the future. And we shouldn't be tempting fate like that because it's such an important contributor to U.S. success. But probably
there you go, something becomes an alternative in the future. Now we're into the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Reborn tweeted out, lots going down in India. It seems that Ripple are finally piecing the Brics together. Look at this, guys. The eBank NBF opens Indian remittance corridor with RippleNet. So once more news, guys. Look at that. More than 100 banks have signed up with Xcurrent for India. Isn't that quite interesting? Brics. Everything's coming into plan, guys. Look at that. From Chris, words have powerful meaning. My words are this. My wealth will grow with XRP soon. Wealth that will allow me to help others who need it. Wealth to change the world for good. I'll continue to seek knowledge and understanding. We chose and we will have to choose again. You? So what will you guys do? You know, once XRP slingshots, you know, use that money for good in a positive way. From Cryptomaniac, my unconfirmed insider Birdie is saying that Ripple is currently debating on whether to make Bank of America statement this year or wait until next year when MoneyGram connects with more ODL partners. Fingers crossed at this point. So his unconfirmed insider Birdie is telling him, who knows when Ripple will make, you know, the BOA announcement, either this year or next. From Major Tom, XRP, trust the machine. The push for public trust and acceptance in blockchain technology and AI. Pyramid with an all-seeing eye. Origin of Bitcoin. Based in mathematics, also the symbol for the Q team, but I don't think this is what is intended. We could see here, trust the machine. How the technology behind Bitcoin could change the world. Look at that, guys. Isn't that quite interesting? Now if you go down here, Ian Northing, look at that. Quite interesting. Once again, the 8, guys, the 8, 589. Look at that. And then the final tweet for today's video comes from Baba Cugs. Monsoon season is almost here. I don't think I've ever been this excited. So what about you guys? I'm excited. You know, I will accumulate before this thing slingshots though. More XRP, a lot more XRP. But what will you guys do? You know, are you guys excited about what's going to happen in the future? But anyway, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, guys, see ya.